All right, what's up? All right, now we're going to talk about multiple sclerosis and what it is. Not going to say too much because, you know, can't say too much, but we're going to talk about what it is and why it sucks, you know. Okay, so basically, it's an autoimmune disease resulting in damage to myelin, which is the insulating covers of nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. MS disrupts the nervous system's ability to transmit signals, resulting in a range of signs and symptoms. So basically, that's what it is. It's a disease that's incurable, that causes your immune system to attack your nervous system lining, which prevents your nervous system from sending the electrical signals properly to the different parts of your body. So it kind of really sucks if someone has this, like really bad. And the thing is that it kind of like goes in like different stages. Like sometimes you'll get symptoms and then they'll go away, or especially earlier on. Like now they have a lot more ways to detect it early. And if you find out that you have it early, which is kind of why I'm talking about this, because if you find out that you have it early, even though it's incurable, there's ways to like not prevent, but either slow down or pretty much stop you from entering like the final stages of it, which are like the worst stages. But, 20, 30 years ago, they didn't have all that. And so they basically only found out that you had it once you started getting like kind of bad symptoms, like going blind or not being able to walk properly, losing your balance, things like that. Right. So then you start getting those symptoms. Then you get tested and you find out that you have this thing, this disease that's incurable. And then you slowly start to like lose your faculties, your ability to walk. Then you got to go into like a wheelchair and stuff. But you can still kind of do stuff, but not really. It's mostly at first you go into the wheelchair because your balance is off. But then after being in a wheelchair for a long time, then you just can't. Your legs atrophy, can't walk around anyway, right? So that sucks, right? Then of course, like your family members, that sucks for them too because they're trying to help you, and it's an incurable disease, and it gets like really depressing. I'm assuming it would get really depressing for like the person's like family members, which are like because they can't help the person. And so, it goes on, and you just kind of try to stay away from stress, because I guess stressful situations and being stressed out, or, having emotional stress causes it to like happen quicker, or like proceed quicker or whatever. And so, you want to not be stressed out and try not to do too much work. Like I had a friend who his wife had it, and he was a cool guy. Like he was a veteran. I bought him a beer, and he told me some pretty cool stories about when he was in Afghanistan and stuff. But his wife had found out very early, because she was only like about 20. And so, he was like going to be like a stay-at-home like kind of wife thing, and not really stress out working in the city, which is, good for her, because it's good that now people can find out earlier. And, for some reason it seems to go to women. For some reason, I don't know. It gets passed down to like women. And here's like the weird thing, right? That nobody really knows how you get it. It seems to be what's it called? Heritable, but at the same time it will skip like multiple generations. And here's what it says. While its cause is unclear, the underlying mechanism is thought to be due to the destruction by the immune system or inactivation of myelin producing cells. Proposed causes for this include immune dysregulation, genetics, and environmental factors such as viral infections. See, I've heard that, and I've heard that it could possibly be an infection or something, and that could be, and that it could be curable. Okay, hold on one second. The McDonald's criteria are a frequently updated set of guidelines used to establish an MS diagnosis, right? Because it's weird, right? If you have this and it's supposed to be like a, incurable disease, but for some reason you have to keep like updating your status, like, because they like as if you could get cured from it. So that's why it's like I don't 100% believe that it's uncurable, because with like a lot of these diseases, the medical company makes more money if they get you on a bunch of medications that just quell the symptoms rather than actually cure the disease like all at once, right? And so I don't know. I've heard that, I've seen some doctors talking about that as an infection and stuff, and the fact that they don't know how it's caused, it seems like it's triggered, like it's something that might be dormant in your genetics that gets triggered due to environmental factors. So it's like I think that's kind of what it is, because it's like it's heritable, but it's not always heritable. It'll skip generations, or who knows, maybe it's one of those things where both parents have to have it or something, and then it gets passed down. I don't know, but you can look at this yourself, or you can just watch a video on it. But that's basically what it is. It sucks. It's something that really, 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 really sucks if you get it, because it's like kind of like you just slowly go from being like an average regular person to like pretty much like completely paralyzed at some point. And then that's like that's how it proceeds, it progresses. It's like it just slowly breaks down your nervous system so that your brain can't transmit the signals through your nervous system or whatever, and then you get tired all the time and you can't really like talk properly, and vision loss, memory loss, stuff like that starts to happen. And it's like kind of sucks, when you're like a young person and that starts to happen to you, and you used to be like a normal person. So yeah, don't ask me how I know about all of this, but because I can't tell you anyway. But it's illegal for me to tell you. But okay, because of the HIPAA violation, which is like a Health Information Privacy Protection Act. So I can't tell you how I know all this anyway. But you see. Yeah, and they used to think that getting pregnant cured it. No, it doesn't cure it. Because then after the pregnancy, then you get worse. So see, they're just talking about the different possible causes of it. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about it. It sucks. If your family or anybody has a history of it, you should definitely get checked for it as early as possible. And then if you do have it or possibly could have it, try to find either a career that has a lot low stress, or try to find like a husband or wife that can help you out with that, because yeah. All right, that's it for the video. Have a good day and peace.